Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds
Radiant
remaining.
team ban. Ten seconds
Dire
remaining.
team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Radiant team pick. Morphling.
Radiant team pick.
Takis. Tide Hunter.
Dire team pick.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Dire team ban.
The Undying wakes. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Bat Rider. 10 seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire team pick.
Enchantress.
Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Radiant team pick.
Imba Spirit.
Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire team ban.
Slog.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Radiant team ban.
Oh.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Mars!
Choose your hero.
Last chance for a Southeast Asian team to be able to get into the playoffs of a Southeast Asian Major. Avery, and last chance for Bleed to get themselves a direct invite to TI rather than having to go through the C qualifier that has been rather tricky for them this year.
A lot of things have been tricky for them.
Yeah.
They're still finding some tricky stuff out. It's looking possible. This is a draft that can go either way, at least. Like last game, I think it was super one-sided. So they put themselves in a position where if they play well, anything can happen. Both these teams won it pretty damn bad here, because otherwise, I guess you're just chilling in Bali.
Prepare for battle.
Not the worst place to be chilling, but you'd rather be playing for that home crowd.
Unless they make you fly home, I guess. But yeah, I mean,
yeah, they do.
SCA
They do.
Major without an SCA team. Shame.
That would feel pretty bad. But Azure Ray, it would also feel pretty bad to say goodbye to such legends on this squad. And they've already managed to bounce back in game 2 of this series. And we're going to start off with a big smoke clash here. Bleed and Azure Ray running into Jackie here and trying to overwhelm him before he can more strength, and it's not quite good enough. Now Low is actually taking a lot of damage, but so is Ice. They both retreat to their corners here, but DJ is able to get low, and they cannot get the return kill either. In fact, FY is going to be dying now. DJ's still fine. 2 kills, a first blood. Bleed off to a blazing start here in this game 3.
32 strength stolen before runes with 2 4-man decays. That is going to win you a little skirmish right there, and one more hit they would have had the Morphling. That's probably the one target that can live through that initiation there, even with the stacks being built up by Low. But it will cost Azure a first blood. It'll go into DJ's pocket.
And it might cost them some bounty runes too, since they're missing heroes. No, they're going to give it up.
Fun.
One more decay for the road, says
Yeah.
Lou. Pretty good start for Bleed. If you want to play this lineup in an aggressive manner with the Enchantress pick, trying to pick up the tempo, I think the Mars Enchantress give you a lot more speed in this game. But yeah, you're not necessarily giving the hard counter to the Slark you could have wanted here. So it's a trade-off. And if they get off to a fast start, it's going to feel great. If the lane doesn't go that well, they're going to feel terrible about it. I still think the Morphling Slark matchup is not terrible. Like, you get Ags who steal Slark's attack speed and Agi, and then you can, like, pounce on him and stuff. It gets really wonky.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's that one-sided. It's more about if is it a good Slark game, which it is a pretty good Slark game. So I can definitely see Low going ham. I can also see Jackie going ham this game. That's why I feel like this draft is a lot more swinging both ways as opposed to last game. And of course, you do have Somnus on the anti-spirit mid here on the Snapfire that we have seen probably noob as the most dominant on.
Yeah.
In terms of abusing these matchups. So I expect Somnus to win this lane, and I expect, as always, great things from him, but it's going to be up to Corden to try and slow down that as much as possible and put himself in a position where if that Enchantress roam comes through,
Dire's middle tower is
that
under
option is open for Bleed to continue the snowball.
He started off in a nice position, not only being involved in those kills, but also really good body block to start. In a melee versus ranged matchup, that is important to be on your high ground.
And he's doing pretty well early here. Dodges another Scatter Blast as well. So yeah, Corden doing very well in the early waves. That skirmish did not help Azure Ray. And now they have to battle Undying with some extra gold, which is always tough. An uphill battle indeed against all of that regen. He was going to be able to fly out.
Dire's middle tower is
We're going to see
under
Zach start
attack.
Bleed 1 here.
All right, so Undying Morphling, I feel like you're not really going to be able to stop this lane. Maybe they'll kill Dubu, but feel like if they do kill Dubu, probably means Jackie's having a very free time.
I mean, if Bleed didn't have an advantage before the game starts, I think Tide absolutely free farms. I think we've seen it over the course of the tournament. It's pretty much been the Morphling offlane go-to counter, popularized by Pure, I feel. And you just get the hammer, you take his tower, Morphling can't really do much about it. That's why Chalice wanted this into the Morphling, but that early start does skew it a bit. I wonder if it's going to be enough for Jackie to maybe stay on this lane a bit more and shut down Chalice. See as the lane progresses. I still kind of expect Tide to mostly farm up here, despite the Undying, just because the Techies matchup is so difficult. Outranged, you get spammed with mines. Yeah, not that fun for the Undying.
Pretty terrible. What about this side lane, though? We've got Ice 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 on it. Mars, DJ with the Enchantress versus Tianming, and Low on the Bat Rider and Slark, respectively.
I mean, first blood for DJ can go a long way here, especially extra XP. Should mean he gets a fast level 3, though he is actually behind in the XP on this lane, so maybe late to it. Or giving some soul XP to Ice Ice Ice. Still, this is a very favorable lane for them, especially if they can get to level 3 on Enchantress without giving any stupid kills away. Then they're in a pretty damn good position with the creep coming in either to that lane or to mid, depending on how low Somnus gets, which being decently low mid. So that gank might be viable here.
Yeah,
DJ wants to commit the time to look for it.
Be a great way to be able to help out Corden for once. Just feels like sometimes this team maybe doesn't do enough of that.
I think that's one of the things that the Southeast Asian teams struggled with this tournament. They just didn't play through their mid as much as a lot of the Western teams did.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Chinese teams do it as much either, but I think their lane has tended to be a little stronger so they can get away with it. But like you look at these top European teams, they really just abuse these mid matchups to the maximum. The support rotations, they really use it to then transition and win the side lanes, but it kind of starts through there in some of these games at least, when they know they have a favorable matchup.
Yeah.
That is just not something you see a lot of these Southeast Asian teams do. I think it's hurt them in a lot of those matchups.
Watching this enchant, is there any world where you just max out impetus to put the pressure on Slark as much as possible?
Yeah, I think you can definitely go like 2-2-0 here.
Yeah.
3-3-0-1, end up with something like this. I don't know if you need too many heal points here for DJ. One is going to feel nice in this game. I always like having one, but you're definitely maxing enchant, looking for some early creep pressure. This is his level 3 timing. You'll find a Satyr, unfortunately, so no big creep for him.
Show up the lane with some mana burn, though.
Yep, not too bad. And this is his big period to choose. Do you want to continue to pressure bottom, or do you want to look for the cheeky mid gank that is higher risk, higher reward? I mean, Somnus is getting chipped here. Corden is playing this lane pretty damn well. Just straight up winning it, in fact. I mean, I guess the early exchange definitely helped.
Maybe you leave the creep here bottom and then rotate mid. Use the second creep. Loa's being left alone right now, and they know it, so they're trying to pressure him as much as possible. Doing a good job of just kicking him out of lane. I'm not sure if they thought, like, maybe by rotating the Bat Rider it would draw attention away from this lane or what, but
I think maybe Tianming was just thinking DJ was already going mid. He was, like, preemptively setting up. That spear was...
okay, that was real bad.
VODS spear number 686. I travel alone in the darkness.
I mean, Tianming is dead without the spear landing, so...
Power of enchant, I guess.
Now the rotation from FY, but Corden does get his level 6. Oh, he's gonna go back and he got him! What a play from Corden! Read the Remnant explosion range perfectly. Gets the kill on FY instead of dying to him.
On the edge. 1v2. He says, I do not need the help this game.
Apparently not.
Dab on the haters.
It does mean he's going to miss out on the power rune.
That is true, but I mean, you'll take that, right? In a 1v2, like, your team should be getting something else somewhere on the map. The power rune will go to Somnus. Dubu played the 50-50 and lost. That is just so much space. It's space for DJ and Ice to finally win a lane. Cap.
Yeah, they did it.
They have won the off lane here for Bleed.
The game's over. Bleed have won game 3 for sure now.
Oh my god.
They've been winning a lot of lanes while losing their off lanes, so.
Evolution in real time. Now what can they do with it? Do they know what to do with it? It's been some time. Ice doesn't know what this looks like.
Watch that one again. Turns around the double remnant.
That's just style right there.
That was pretty style. I mean, you know, you can give Corden a lot of criticism, but on his Ember Spirit, he's usually pretty clean.
Yeah, Ember Pango.
Ember Pango, man.
Pango's not too strong right now, so you gotta get done with the Ember. And yo, Chalice, my man.
Chalice, wake up! Look out!
Oh, can he click the rune through the tombstone?
It's gonna be difficult.
Was that he couldn't actually do
Dubu got it!
Wait, that's so next level. That's actually so damn next level. He couldn't click it. He was auto-attacking the tombstone.
Oh my god.
Damn, I'm gonna use that one. I'm gonna put that in my back pocket. That's a next level play right there.
Gave him 125 gold, but well worth it to get the experience rune away from them like that. Ice gets a little bit too close there to the tower and takes a couple of shots during the pounce, but
I mean, that's one of the things you have to move the camera up. And if you're not expecting it,
yeah.
you off guard. Chalice not ready for that one. Level 5 for DJ, by the way. Very fast level 5 for him, as now the Satyr creep comes into play, and this should be some early tower pressure as well for Bleed if they can kick the heroes out of lane, connect some more heroes down here.
Yeah, I like that Corden's already making this rotation. I mean, the Slark isn't level 6, so kick him the hell out of lane.
Yes, this is a good rotation for Bleed. They're going to give XP to the support mid. Everything is lining up for them. If they can find any of these heroes.
Oh, another missed spear from Ice.
Spot a spear, 726, joins his brother in the darkness, I suppose.
Once again, Tian Ming will die anyway. They do manage to land the blast off onto the Enchantress, but DJ had plenty of one stacks. Oh, low. He's going to be intercepted by Ice. Ice says, no, you're not going to stop that Enchantress. The spear, not quite enough damage, but he'll get him with the Remnant Explosion. He'll even hop back to the river after getting the kill.
And Corden really putting on the pressure this game, playing that mid lane really well. Early skirmish for Bleed paying off, now makes a successful rotation. Where did that 8-minute power rune go? It was DD for Somnus, so he's getting the runes, but he's not been able to join any of these fights.
Yeah.
Now he just has to defend an empty tower bottom, and Corden back into mid, forcing another reaction, gets a TP out of Somnus back to mid. It is Corden controlling the map movement in this game. So they'll probably clean up Dubu here.
Yeah, very likely. I mean, they still have the ultimate here, the blast off. That'll put a stop to that TP.
Still a lot of good early pressure for Bleed, and this is how they want to play this lineup. Play around where the Enchantress wants to go, combine heroes with her, and push Azure out of these areas, as their lineup is too slow to contest these early skirmishes, especially with a Slark going Midas first, trying to get to level 6. This should be a free tier 1 bottom, while your Morphling defends top. I mean, Tide eventually takes his tower with the hammer, but it doesn't feel as good as what's happening bottom for Bleed, especially if they can keep getting fights out of it. And Azure, they are tired of what is happening in this lane. They're going to bring 4 bottom.
Ice is going to go for the fast kill on to FY. Doesn't quite get it, but the Hellbear should be able to secure it for them. Where's the clap? Oh no, was it on cooldown?
Cooldown.
Wonder what he used it on.
I mean, still, that's a 4-man rotation that yields nothing here.
That's true. We do know about the ward on the high ground, but Ice is still going to play around that area. And Jackie is chasing Chalice out. He doesn't want to just give him this free tower where he's sneaking around with the meteor hammers.
I think he's dead.
Yeah, I think so too. Waveform in front of him.
It's a nice find. Gordon gets the rune away from Somnus.
Okay, invis for him.
A lot of little things going Bleed's way in this game. Is this the same team?
Yeah, they're actually up by 2K after the laning phase.
real good. They're going to continue the Enchantress pressure, support XP advantage in Bleed's favor right now. They are up 5 levels at the 10-minute mark.
Ooh, that is a lot this early into the game. Spear does land onto the tree this time around. They'll finish him off with a big God's Tribute. Now Low is going to be able to start stealing away some stats from Ice. So this is going to be a problem, very likely a trade-off of kills. But again, massive rotations to this lane. Chalice came down here and a TP from the Snapfire as well. He actually canceled it. Somnus decided, I'm not needed there.
I mean, it's a lot of space, right? This Tide's gonna have to gate back top. You didn't get the kill on Stark either, so no permanent Agi. Not the worst outcome I can think of.
I mean, Morphline's going to down on that tower.
He is taking advantage of that space for sure as Jackie reaps the rewards of all the skirmishing on the map. He is really big. That Tide kill plus a tier 1.
Yep, a full tower down.
Oh my god, he is fat.
It's a big belly of water he's got
Fat
there.
with a pH for water and morph.
I'm not going to give that one to you. Chalice will be able to go through the portal. They'll chase after him, though.
It's okay, you gave it to me with your heart, I can tell.
No, I didn't.
Ravage for the hammer.
Ravage, turn around, Meteor Hammer, onto the 2 of them.
I mean, he really wanted those Mind Stealers. I don't know, that was...
Okay, blast off lands too. Oh, he got him with the disarm too. The mines are going off. Gordon has to jump away. Dubu can brave the mines though. Won't be able to brave that little fish though, especially with the big fish still around. Kisses will be given to DJ. First round of the kisses in this game made use with the Rod of Atos.
They clean up the supports. They get an Agi stack for Low. He's going to close in on this Midas unless Ice has anything to say about it, who already has... Oh no, I thought he was going Blink, but he's just going straight BKB. He's very tanky. Frontline Mars build. 3 tier 1s dead for Azure at 12 minutes here. That is some Enchantress pressure. That is how you run this hero. And that max impetus paying off. Netted him a lot of kills. 3-1 and 3. He does go down with the streak. So a little extra gold going into Somnus' pocket, who is the most farmed hero for Azure. Completed an Atos. Still having a pretty damn good Snapfire game, all things considered. Especially with the space they're left with here. But his other 2 cores are suffering. And this Meteor Hammer, when you're down towers, does not feel that great.
Oh, no.
If you don't have big stacks to fall back on, which he just doesn't.
Yeah, that tower is supposed to be guaranteed, but I like that. I mean, in part because they started off with the extra gold. They won the laning phase a little bit harder, but also just Jackie took the time and effort to make sure that Chalice couldn't actually just take that tower.
It paid off.
It really did. Chalice, he's going to be able to get off the hammer maybe, but he is going to be overwhelmed as Jackie gets on top of him. So trade-off, though. Corden dying. Got the tombstone out. They've got a lot of zombies on them. Somnus has to commit to be able to kill the tomb, but now he's going to be hit by the spear. Doesn't quite lash to the cliff. I'm not sure how. But as a result, Bleed will have to give up on that kill. Now Somnus is going to play back into him. Rod of Atos slowing down Dubu's Undying. Trying to kick him out of this triangle.
Yeah, Somnus really wants
to look at that. He's the shovel. Got a refill on the bottle for Somnus.
Shovel save lives. 2 shovels on Azure here. Digging up a storm. Looking for some extra net worth as they need it. I mean, Midas is up for Low, so the Slark is getting some solo time and some recovery. Like, I think we saw this earlier. Who was it who did the Midas Slark that just had... It was Mickey, right?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, he had that Midas Slark game where he just got out of control.
Somnus struggling to try and he wants to get the kisses and get on out of here because he saw Ice cutting in through the side. And if he's not careful, might still be caught. Ooh, the spear a little bit off the mark there. Bit blind and won't be able to get a second kill because they obviously did kill FY's techies. Low making a smart play here for the Wisdom Rune.
Yeah, very nice. He is recovering in the XP for sure and slowly recovering on the net worth. It's going to be a while until he joins a fight, but you pretty much didn't have another path toward victory here, just based on how the lanes went. So Jackie, Manta completed is definitely very far ahead. And if you're Bleed, you want to use this strength. You want to combine these big core items as they come out, keep the team fights coming, and get on to Azure side of the map, because you have all these towers down, you have deep obs. Do not want to let the Somnus Snapfire or the Low Slark just continue to gobble up these neutral camps.
So you're fine with, like, you don't want to push for Roshan? You just want to keep attacking Azure Ray?
Yeah, I think so. I think you do the Roche later when the Morphling kills it a bit faster.
Sure.
At this point in time, I'm down to just keep running at them. Play around my wards, play around where Corden wants to go, help him out, because
Corden's
dead again.
big trouble. Lasso, cookie, pound, so many disables once the initial one lands. And he could not see the Rod of Atos coming his way.
There has to be somebody fronting for him here or playing with him. It can't just be him solo in the jungle at nighttime versus the Slark too. This Atos is causing him problems.
Yeah, that's a good point. You can't play nighttime like that, right? When Slark has that superior vision to set up all those disables.
That's what I was about to say. Like, getting onto Azure Ray side of the map is way harder at the night. That's maybe the one concern I have for them, especially when they don't have defensive items up. I think you still want to try and use this advantage because they're just clawing their way back.
Dyer's middle
While you're getting to
tower is
BKB on
under
Mars,
attack.
I mean, it's going to feel great in the fights, but going to feel pretty bad on the map if it keeps getting split.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you'd love a good Blink Dagger setup for a lot of these fights.
Blink would be the more aggressive choice here. A little better to catch the Slark.
I mean, you get the right kind of arena, you drop a tombstone around it somewhere. I feel like that's a free fight.
Somnus is back at it.
Yeah. This is a lot of kisses going unanswered, I think. They're just getting Rod of Atos into kisses, kills around, and that cooldown is never really punished. Bleed, this is, I mean, you said in 10 minutes, is this the same team? And now I'm definitely being reminded, yeah, this is the same team. They hit a little bit of a lull post-laning phase.
They're trying to get to this Morphling Ags. And hopefully you take a fight with that. The BKB will be there for Ice Ice Ice. That's going to be a really strong timing for them that Azure Ray can't really deal with in the straight 5-on-5. You just need to hit that as hard as possible. Maybe that does just start with like a Roshan or something. It should be daytime cycle as well. That's going to be nice in the alignment. But something has to happen during that 5 minutes here for you to feel good about continuing to progress in this game. Because Chalice is catching up, Low is catching up, and your Ember lost a lot of momentum. So that some of that early game is getting wiped out. Somnus is continuing to just scale like a beast. I mean, he's level 12. He's got BKB finished. He's 4-0-3. He has quietly had a very good game and kept Azure Ray in this. He's continuing to make the plays and find these small openings too.
And the first damage item is done for Low now. Echo Saber complete. Now they're assaulting the mid tower, and it does look like Bleed are going to take this time to do Roshan.
Dyer's middle
It's an interesting
tower is
trade.
under attack.
I think if AR pushed this like a minute before, Bleed would happily take this fight. But this game got stalled enough that they just wanted to commit for the Roche, and Azure Ray's actually just going to get this tier 1 for free. Which I would have said never give to Azure Ray here, because you're way stronger in that 5-on-5 with the Morphling net worth. But they'll trade Aegis for it. It's not the worst. Smith Tower isn't vital to your game plan. But it is more net worth for them to catch up.
Yeah,
you're still looking for this Morphling Ags, which...
I mean, once you do have that, it is a really good timing against the Slark, right?
Yes.
It's going to be a long time before the Slark can play the game, especially since he's going Echo Saber build, so you're going to have like pounce advantage, which is kind of insane. Spear tries to finish off Dion Ming, not quite enough, but a Slight should be able to do it. Indeed does. Somnus pops his BKB and teleports out. So make a little move here in the top lane, trading supports for supports, but Bleed come in with the extra reinforcements.
It's all time for Low. It's really all it's about. Somnus knows his mission in this game. It is stall that clock, waste the time and the space.
Ice, can he get this one? Yep, spears him back. Chalice, slow down, catch him in the arena, just give Jackie the time to hit the Tide Hunter and finish him off.
And use the pipe. Interesting.
Yes, maybe he wanted to die faster?
Maybe save the cooldown for when he's up.
Yeah, could be. Did trade off a tower in the bottom lane, though, as you said. Low's getting what he wants, hit space, and now he got a tower, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's ahead of the two other cores here for Bleed. So this Slark, if you're not ganking him, he is out farming most of your heroes.
And he's halfway to the Ags, so you've got a 2,000 gold window here, where you've got basically Pounce Ags Morphling versus a non-Ags Pounce on Slark. You better get something done with it.
That's what I think. Especially when Low is fighting you here.
Yeah.
Lines have been drawn. Ubu says push, push, and I'll meet you in the middle. See if it works out. I mean, I like the deep lane wards for Azure. These are wards that can help you shove these side lanes really deep, stall the game out. You're on opposite sides of the map. If someone gets picked off, you're going to get the other one in deeper. It is helping FY get some farm while this game gets stalled out and they're waiting for their big core items. And suddenly, you know, the 3k net worth difference that existed at like 8 minutes is still a 3k net worth difference at 20 minutes here. That's what Azure wanted. So the onus is still on Bleed to make something happen with this Aegis, and half of it's already gone. You have 2 minutes.
Oh, he hurricaned it back, but low. He's still got the channel on the portal, so he'll be able to get away.
My gate is inevitable.
Yeah, the impetus will chase him here.
And that was a smoke that did not land on him and should not land Xian Ming, as he already has blink up.
I will say one little thing there. I feel like in game one, remember when Azure Ray, when they were winning that game, they controlled the power runes really well, right? Somnus just kept on racking them up. I feel like Bleed is stronger, but they didn't get the arcane rune at 20 minutes there for Coordinate. I feel like that is a very key part of being able to confidently take some fights right now.
Definitely hurts. Little things add up. A lot of little things that Azure Ray have done to stall this game out. The runes, the little Somnus support kills, the wards on the side lanes allowing him to get in a little deeper, some ancient stacking for Chalice, him playing hyper aggressive.
Yeah, I think Chalice is just kind of throwing away his life, barreling down some lanes. They'll throw a lot of heroes and spells at him to get him killed. Now DJ, one thing to note though, Enchantress versus this Tidehunter, it is really nice to just have this pure glass cannon hero to cut him down.
And it's some extra scale for Bleed to fall back on if something goes wrong. It's going to feel really good as this game progresses, because DJ is finding a lot of farm. And again, we go to what succeeds for Bleed. It's usually when DJ is on a scaling hero in kind of a slower tempo game where he just goes into the late game as the fourth core.
Yeah.
That's a big factor sometimes. So maybe Bleed don't mind this pace as much. I think there was a large window they could have built the lead, but if it's not their style and they're confident in scaling here, okay. But they just need to be confident in that idea.
Are you confident in their scale?
Sure.
That didn't sound confident. Oh, spear back on the Somnus, immediate BKB. That's going to be the Aegis on the Morphling. He's going to come back in and probably will be pounced. Blast off it as well. He does have the more strength, and it looks like they couldn't actually hold the stun there. So he does manage to waveform out.
Tombstone's gone. This is not a fight.
No.
That Aegis did not yield much during that period. Ravage up for AR, and that Axe is done for low.
Yeah, all they used was kisses and lasso. It's not bad.
I mean, they got out of that Aegis period. So now it is kind of coming down to like, well, how well are you going to scale into this late game? Because all of the net worth that Jackie's had, it did not transition into a lot for Bleed during this period. Right. So they're going to need their other heroes pick up the slack, which they are. Kai Assange for Corden, Blink for Ice. These heroes are finding the farm. You have that Enchantress to back it all up, and of course, Undyne's a pretty good support to go late game with Grab Ally versus the Lasso versus the Ravage. Can do a lot with the save in this game when Dubu eventually gets the shard.
Oh, some of these late game fights are going to be a bit nightmares between Depth Shroud and Grab Ally.
There's a lot of saves that are going to be coming out.
Yeah. Good pick off on FY here in the bottom lane. It'll give Low the heads up. He needs to skedaddle, go through the gate, and head up to the top part of the map.
And we should also mention the scale for Azure. Not only the Slark, the Snapfire can get in these later talents and become that significant physical burst in the level 20 and level 25.
Yeah, interesting. Somnus isn't building for that. He's not going Gleipnir. He's not going Scythe of, like Daedalus and stuff. He's going Scythe of Ice.
I mean, Scythe still does give you decent damage on the universal heroes.
Yeah, I guess so.
So that's not something entirely right off, but yeah, it is more mana regen and control than straight up damage here. It is interesting. I mean, you can't blame him. Like, Hex looks pretty damn good this game.
Dire's structures
Yeah,
are fortified.
but I would say with Ravage, I would love to see a Snapfire just mow people down during that time.
I kind of agree. Like, you rather have the Hex on the Tide and then more damage on the Snap, I think.
Sure, yeah.
I'd feel more comfortable in these late game scenarios at least. But maybe Somnus feels like his Tide's not going to get there. So someone's got to pick up the slack, man. If it's not you, it's me. I will carry the game. And just find a bunch of double damage runes. That helps.
It certainly does. Ice is also going to be going a Scythe. Say that's a little bit more expected. Some sort of Scythe refresher build. BKB done for the Morphling. So another big early power spike for Bleed. What can they get done with it? There is going to be Roshan here. Potential spawn time starting in just over a minute.
Game is slowed down a lot. It is not built here off of what was probably Bleed's best early game I've seen all tournament. That's probably why I didn't build. They didn't know what to do with it.
Shit, guys, we're winning. What do we do next?
I think it might have been a factor. It's like, oh, let's just farm and scale, guys.
Yeah, just do what we always do.
No such thing as
Well,
too
now
much
you're in that type of
damage.
game. It's probably going to go late here. It's going to be about the Roshans. This is a game 3 elimination match that also slows things down.
Sure.
Always a factor. They're going to try to poke Chalice here.
Yeah, this is a hard kill to be able to get, and what they don't know is Somnus is behind him with a double damage.
Look what they found on the backside.
The Bad Rider going to be able to get the lasso, but the turnaround, Ice able to get off its BKB, hit a big spear on the low, not quite enough to be able to kill him, and now the lockdown, thanks to the Ravage, kills Corden. Turn on to DJ. Dubu still wants to be able to fight this, though. The Morphling is fighting it out with Somnus right now. Is
super split.
Decides against that one. Goes for the pickoff on the support instead. A buyback on FY. They want to keep taking this one. Low needs the extra help. Jackie's trying to track him down. Somnus, he tries to go for Jackie, but Jackie is not to be trifled with. He is big, bad Morphling, and they're going to give up on the fight.
I mean, how many TPs is Azure going to cancel?
I don't know.
Or you want to get the hell out?
Yeah,
You got to decide.
Apparently Bleed has decided they're the ones who got to get out of here. As Dubu, Force Staff gets him away from the Meteor Hammer landing, and another Force Staff gets him away from the Cookie landing.
Save me, brothers. I'll see you in Valhalla.
One after the other. Low is going to be able to catch back up to Dubu.
If Dubu cancels that TP, I'm out. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of indecision there, but I guess it pays off for Azure as, and if I'm, well, I guess FY bought back, huh?
Yeah. I mean, he bought back. They still kept going in the middle of that fight after the buyback. We called it out, but Bleed kept on fighting, but then maybe it was just communication. Maybe at some point in time, they're like, somebody cut through and said, guys, FY's coming back into the fight. Please back up. And that fight is super important, right? If it's clearly one-sided, one way or the other, then
Going to Roche.
they're going straight to Roshan.
I thought it was going to be the Ember kill that did it.
Yeah.
That was a big kill to find off the Ravage. Corden's just gone. Can't find anything else, and they gotta skirt around Jackie here, who is still the true raid boss in this game. There is no real good Morphling answer unless Slark is stealing the stats from him, which we have not seen connect yet. So Bleed back in a position to fight. No Ravage for Azure.
Hit by the Meteor. Ice tried to jump in and
Look at FY
challenge quickly, and FY's got a full stack. Oh, Jackie goes in right. Oh, he's dead. Oh, he set it up with the Mind Sign too. FY completely solos Jackie with one move, and that is going to be Roshan. That is going to be more kills, as DJ is likely to die as well. They get the lasso on Dubu, pulling him back into his death. Oh no. What a way to lose control of this game.
Well,
he can't
there's
see it.
your OS Frog Morphling. Snap and he's gone. If you blink, you miss it. 4 mines sends him back to the drafting board. As AR say, counters for what? I'm just gonna blow him the hell up. I cannot believe that worked.
On a small note of importance, I think a lot of people miss this. The Mind Sign is still useful without the Aghanim Scepter. It prevents
I don't think he had it down.
I think he did. I saw it almost immediately after.
Was it there? Okay, maybe.
If it was down, it means he couldn't see the mines. Any mines in the AoE, you just can't target, and so all he heard was the mines going off.
What do you think the moment of realization was for Jackie there when he waveforms up and he hears the little bell?
He'll be back in a few minutes.
I don't know. Let's slow down and really think.
He did have it down.
Yeah, he did.
Here he's like, I'm fine, right, guys?
He's morphing his strength. Please, God, please, no, not like this.
Dubu?
But it does happen like that, and they give up Roshan, Aegis, and Cheese for Azure.
And he soul rips Dubu. Dubu, put me in the tombstone.
Dubu, please.
Why didn't you react?
Grab me, Dubu, grab me.
Where was the grab ally? I asked for Jackie's sake, where was it?
Look at Dubu. He's building into a Glimmer Cape. He's like, all right, next time I got you.
Dyer's top tower is under
Make me
attack.
do it the hard way. That is a lot of momentum swung in this
A
game.
huge amount.
They did not have good Morphling answers, just as I was talking about it. And
Speaking of grab ally, Dubu, first sight of danger, like a turtle, just shrinks into his tombstone.
oh, he's dead here.
Yeah, he is. He should not have gone into his shell and should have ran away. Oh, barely gets out of the arena there.
I mean, he's wasting some time.
He is.
This is very awkward, but
Wait, are we
I guess we're going to try and do something on the other side. Jackie turns into Tide Hunter.
Okay, that's an AoE gush. That's kind of cool. Uh-oh. More mines. Careful, Corden.
The taunt.
He got pounced on it. He's going to be able to back away. Low gets a little bit low, but of course he does have an Aegis, so no big deal.
And that is why that momentum swing was so big. They took the Roshan away from Bleed, put the Aegis on the Slark, and now he has immunity for 5 minutes here. 3 of it left. Midas is still going to work. He's almost level 20. He's ahead of levels on Jackie now. And the talents for Azure Ray, they feel damn good here as Somnus is almost level 20 as well with that Hex completed and bots on top of it. He is farmed. He is really farmed after that fight. Still has not died this game, by the way.
Yeah, Hand of Midas kicking in. Somnus is big with the scythe. Got the lasso. Sitting up on the high ground. Pops out on top of Corden. They get the chain stuns.
Ags finished for the Ember, but
Dire's top tower is under attack.
only in the underworld. As man, all it took was 4 little mines to change the whole course of this game.
Certainly did.
Dire's
You're gonna
top
think
tower is
again
under
about
attack.
checking the high grounds after that one. That might be the last you check in this tournament.
Yeah, Jackie, you're not saved. You can't barrel up into these high grounds blind like that.
And they are just crawling themselves back in this game, and that is why I feel like Bleed wanted to build more momentum off of that early stage. Because then you're given a chance for them to come back, and they have seized it. This team has some clutch players. Go to TI Finals for a reason. Decision making under pressure. You can check that box for AR to get to that point. Lincoln's
Nice.
done for low right now too. He is stealing the stats. He is getting stronger, and that Morphling Ags is getting harder to put to use.
Stat stolen, BKBs wasted.
This game's getting dragged out.
Yeah, now Bleed.
Oh my, that's another Hex.
Went from-
AR on Chalice.
Yeah. That's a lot of disable, man. They already had chain stuns on chain stuns, but boy, they just keep on adding more and more. And whenever you get the initiation, it's all but a guaranteed kill. Especially when the BKBs are on cooldown like that. They'll also get Dubu, so
Yeah, there was a
Ice,
sentry there.
Ice, and Dubu both die.
That's the nice thing. Like, these Hexes were building towards this BKB Blink on the bat as well. The Blink BKB bat is pretty much uncontested here on Bleed, right? There's no control for it. So you guarantee you get a lasso initiation pullback into the Hexes. I think that was part of the idea for Somnus going in originally as well. It's like, yo, this Hex is going to be way too easy to use. They can't really do anything about it. Now you have your level 20 talents online. Your Tide has caught straight back up in this game. He has a cheese. He's tanky as hell. The double Hex on top of the Ravage chain is there. Somnus is starting to build the right click. This lineup has completely come together, and now Bleed are the one lacking answers. I mean, you have an Ags on DJ. There's some nice impetus damage coming out, but I don't know if it lasts you long enough to get it in there.
Yeah, you can't even get close enough for fear of the Rod of Atos into kisses, into the lasso pullback into multiple sites. I mean, you're supposed to be pretty good at high ground defense, and they don't even show one. Give up a full lane of barracks.
20 seconds for this Aegis. So gonna be enough time to save another lane here. Gotta take a fight off this arena. You cannot let the Batrider continue to drive these initiations.
Well, he's looking for another lasso pick off, but it's going to be very important, I guess, for Ice to, I guess, complete his Scythe of Ice before he can counter the initiation. Doesn't have it yet.
This is a nice smoke though. It's very close. They latching it. Will latch.
Will be able to get him, and he didn't get off the Morph Strength. There's too many chain stuns. He tried to do it, but he grabs himself as the Morphling dies before he could get there.
Just too far away for Dubu to bail Jackie out. I mean, even if he puts him in there, I don't know if he's coming out in much of a warm welcome.
Yeah, seriously.
But the problem now is your Morphling has no buyback.
And this is what you talk about decision making. This is decision making right here. AR, one lane of barracks down, and that's enough to go into the tier 4s. Ice, he's going to jump in immediately, psyched up after the arena, ravaged as well. They are willing to throw around some spells to get these kills because they know they have the numbers advantage. DJ,
it's all on you, son. You need impetuses for days
and
here.
the kisses are raining in, and he can't stand up to it. He tries to hop away from it. He won back to the last one. Lands! This finishes him off. And now without the Enchantress, oh, they are lacking the damage to push back Azure Ray, and they're going to jump forward immediately onto the scythe. Cookie attempted, but a force snap gets him away. The last tier 4 is now down, thrown exposed, low, hopping onto ice. Meteor Hammer starts shipping away, and so does Somnus.
This is getting stalled. I mean, you want the throne or you want Essence shift stacks? You got to choose.
Yeah, low.
This is getting weird.
He is focusing on heroes right now. He's going to focus on the Tombstone. Dubu does manage to pop himself out and get away. Now he hops on ice. He's getting a lot of stacks, but there is Jackie back up in play now. Scythe on to 2. Jackie starts jumping forward. He nearly going to be grabbed by the lasso. Once again, he cannot morph in his strength. He is dead again in a lasso.
Didn't even get ult off.
And that's just it. Azure Ray do manage to come back, take the series by storm, and finish it off at a 2-1.
And a final tip to why, because I mean, the quad mine, that turned a lot of this game around, and it just gives you a huge momentum boost, gives you a morale boost, gives you a tip boost. FY comes in clutch. Somnus with a